How's it going, guys? What's up? I'm just waiting for more people to show up. In the meantime, ask your questions. I have very, very important updates, very important news for you today. All right. So let me know. What are your questions? Jesus. Hello, Frank. Thank you for your time and the knowledge you teach. Yes, yes, no problem. No problem. Okay. So, first of all, let's start this live stream with a very, very important announcement. Very important announcement. Just the following thing, guys. I did a video recently. Yeah. Did a video recently in which I was talking about a money seminar. Yeah. So I'm gonna play it for you. Hope you can hear. Here's what's up. So let's start the stream off right. How's it going, Frank? Good to see you. Yeah, man. How's it going on your side? Good to see you too. All right. Your favorite source for over the SOPEX, as you can see. I did some research. So let me know if you can hear this video. Can you hear this? Gentlemen, welcome to this page. This is your favorite source for over the SOPEX, as you can see. I did some research, not just in one of my Facebook groups, but I talk to people all the time, right? And what is really the most pressing problems for a lot of people right now is finances, especially because we're moving into tough economic times. Believe me, this is not just the current recession. The next years are going to be very, very hard economically on the majority of people. Now, money is something that can be mastered, that can be studied, and that can be brought under control. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to become a billionaire or a multimillionaire. That's not the point. What the point is to be financially free and to have this current of money under control, because it is kind of like a spirit. And if you know the laws and the rules of that spirit, you start working on the frequency of money, and then you will also begin to attract it like a magnet, you see. So the bottom line is this: on the 25th of September 2022 and on the 5th of October, on the 2nd of October, my bad, 25th of September and the 2nd of October 2022, I'm going to do a seminar, okay? That's a two-part seminar, all right? It's like those 2 days are part of one seminar. And on day one, I'm going to cover the 14 steps to financial freedom. 14 steps to financial freedom. They are proven, they're tested, and I promise you, if you follow those 14 steps, if you actually apply what you learn on the seminar, you will become financially free. It is pretty much impossible to not become financially free if you follow those 14 steps, but you have to follow those 14 steps. So before you can follow them, of course, you have to know what those 14 steps are, and you're going to learn that on that first day of the seminar, on the 25th of September. On the second day, on October 2nd, I'm going to cover the 21 laws of money. Like I said earlier, there are certain laws when it comes to money. There are laws when it comes to money, which means the following thing. When you act according to those laws, you will either be in favor or not in favor when it comes to money and coming to you. Money is like an energy, you see. It's like it's very helpful to look at money like a spirit. And a spirit can either like you or not like you. Money has favorites. So there is a way to make yourself a favorite of money, of the spirit of money. And that is by following those 21 laws that I'm going to share on the second day of the seminar, on the 2nd of October. Now, level 1 means, or tier 1, means that you only attend on the first day. Yeah? And you can book that separately. You can book only day 1. That is a possibility. The second option is that you book 1 and 2, day 1 and 2 both together, which I would recommend as a minimum. Now, level 3, tier 3 is you can book those 2 days plus a strategy session with me personally. I'm going to sit down with you and we're going to create a business model for you that is actually working and is in alignment with your personal strengths and is going to generate cash flow for you. Yeah. So that's the third level. When you scroll down this page, you will see those 3 different levels described again. Now, when you make your payment and sign up for either one of those options, make sure to keep an eye on your inbox, because we're going to use the PayPal email that you used to pay in order to contact you to schedule a call, meaning the strategy call that you're going to have with me. And we're going to use that PayPal email to stay in contact with you and to send you out the links and everything else that is necessary, okay? So, one last time, it's a 2-day seminar with an option to book a strategy session with me on top of it. Day 1 is going to cover the 14 steps of financial freedom. Day 2, on the 2nd of October, is going to cover the 21 laws of money. And then you can book on top of that a strategy session with me where we're going to create a functioning working business for you. Okay, now go ahead, scroll down and sign up for it. Hard times are coming. I promise you, hard times are coming. See, I am very good when it comes to astrology. And I'm also very good at applying astrology to the economy, to the stock market, and politics. Believe me, the next years are going to be super hard, especially if you live in the Western world. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So you got to handle this topic. You're going to handle this topic of money. And the good thing is that the occult, hermetic sciences, magic, all of those things can help you master that. You owe it to yourself, your family, whoever depends on you. I see you on the other side. Be well. Bye-bye.
So, yep, this is what's coming. I'm sharing the link in the chat right now. All of you who can, you got to be on there. If you're missing out, you're missing out. And that's fucked up. Like I said, day 1, this Sunday, September 25th, I'm going to share with you the 14 steps to financial freedom. They're proven and tested. Proven and tested, guys. My question for you is, where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 2 years? Listen, guys, listen. There are hard times that are not just coming, it's already started. It already started. It's hard to find people these days that are not financially struggling. All right? Most likely you're financially struggling as well. You're not in a good place financially, right? Well, when are you going to handle that, if I may ask? How long do you want to wait to handle that shit? Right? Why do you get into magic, if I may ask? You're here on a channel when it comes to, and we're talking about witchcraft, we're talking about power, right? Like, when are you going to handle this aspect of life with the power that you earned or with the power that you learned about, right? The sooner the better. So, day 1, this Sunday, you're going to learn you're going to learn the 14 steps of financial freedom. When you follow those steps of financial freedom, you will be financially free. It's literally impossible to become not financially free if you follow those steps and implement what you learn there. Second day, October 2nd, is going to be the 21 laws of money. Something that you need in order to make money your friend. See, money follows certain laws, and you can make yourself a friend of money. Money has favorites, and it will come to you if you do the right things, if you follow those laws. They're going to be taught on the 2nd of October. And then on top of that, you can even schedule a strategy session with me where I'm going to create a business with you, a business model that you can use. All right. So the link has been posted here. Make sure that you get on there because you're going to be in trouble if not. Harsh times are coming. Harsh times. You better handle it now. Okay. If you're not taking advantage of this right now, you're going to regret it. In a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you're going to suffer for it if you don't take advantage of this. This is a unique opportunity, just like everything else that I put out there is unique. So take advantage of it. I really want you to succeed with it 100%. Okay, so we have questions here. In magic and spirituality, what is Shakti? Yeah, no comment. It's not important. Frank, how do you face things? How do you face things your fear? Akira, please check your sentences when you post things here. Frank, how do you face? Oh, okay. How do you face things you fear? How do I face things I fear? Especially if you are going after a new goal. How do I face my fears? How do I face my fears? Well, fear is short for false expectations appearing real. You know, so usually what's the worst about fear is the imagery that's created in your mind. So if you control the imagery in your mind, things become easier to deal with, you know. The fear is usually like very big and something very scary, and when you use your imagination to change the imagery that is connected to a thought, you're going to have a it's going to be easier to actually do what you have to do, you know. Procrastination is a big problem. It's a dream killer. Procrastination is one of the biggest, you know, issues that most people have. But what it boils down to is controlling your energy and still, you know, getting the energies of your subconscious to move into the direction that you want it to, making your goals happen, right? So procrastination is essentially part of you wants this, another part of you wants this, all right? So part of you wants to avoid the situation that is scary, another part knows that you have to do what is necessary right now, right? So the mind can only do what you have simulated, or you are only able to do what you have visualized internally or have seen yourself accomplish, right? So you got to control your mind. You got to control the visuals that are going through your mind as you are facing a certain situation. And that's how you're going to overcome your fears. Like I said, fears are not real, fears are not reality. Fears are false expectations appearing real. Yeah. So that's how I would do it. Move your energies into the right direction. Move your energies into the right direction. Now, most people will never do that. Okay. What I just explained or what I just told you, most people will never ever do it. You know, I love living in a world that we live in because most people will never apply what you teach them. They will never apply that. So this means that if you are one of the few that actually use this knowledge, use what you know, one of the things that I just taught here, and many others that I've been teaching, if you apply this, you will literally be far ahead of everyone around you. Frank, what is wisdom? How do you describe wisdom? Wisdom is knowing how to apply knowledge to your life. It's applied knowledge. That's wisdom. Knowledge is useless if it's not applied. Wisdom is the knowledge and the insights have turned into something that is being applied on a daily basis. It guides your life and it helps you create things. It helps you navigate, navigate life, society. Wisdom is literally applied knowledge. That's what it is. Applied learnings. You know? So it is said that before, let's say, your mid 30s, it is very hard to accumulate any knowledge because you don't have enough. Or sorry, it is hard to acquire any wisdom before that age because you didn't have enough experience, which I would agree with. And once you're like 35, you start you start seeing patterns in life, right? You start seeing patterns in life, and those patterns then allow you to navigate the world, kind of like expecting what will happen, you know. And that allows you to avoid a lot of pitfalls. That allows you to move into better situations with less of a hassle. So that's what I would call wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to apply knowledge to your life, seeing patterns, seeing patterns in life and avoiding a lot of problems. You know, it is really funny and interesting how you can have a conversation with a lot of people and they don't want to judge other people. Listen, if you don't judge other people, you are really, really naive. Listen, when I was 15 years old, I was also about like, oh, everybody is their own individual. Everybody has their own path. Why do you judge people? Everybody has their own history. Fine, yeah. But people still act and develop into certain clusters of personality, certain clusters of behavior, you know? Even if you don't want to judge it by good quality or bad quality, at the end of the day, you can still predict most people's behavior. I know everybody thinks they're so unique, so special, right? Everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm so unique, I'm so special. I have my own unique history and my own unique flaws and my own unique desires, right? But at the end of the day, people are not as unpredictable as they might think. How does one become a vessel for the divine? What must I know to better understand the divine? My friend, you can only create a reflection of yourself. So if you want to become a vessel for the divine, it means that you become the divine, which is not a realistic goal. It's not important that you go for something like that. It's like saying I want to be a vessel for the divine would be the equivalent of saying that you want to withstand the heat of the sun. Don't go for things like that. Start being a good person. Make a difference in your small little ways. Okay. How can you become a better person? How can you become more effective? How can you make a difference in your immediate environment? This is a problem that a lot of people ignore, especially when it comes to spirituality. People have these huge, large concepts in mind, right? I want to change the world. I want to do this and that and the other. Well, changing the world is only possible in your own image because you can only perceive things from your own reflection. Yeah. So a much better approach is to improve yourself. Don't try to become a vessel for the divine. Try to become a better human being first. And that is enough. That's enough of a task. How can you become a really, really good person? What is the definition of a good person? Somebody who is of value to its environment. Are you of value to your environment? Are you of value to your own family? Are you of value to your community? Are you of value to your country? Those are the questions that you should ask yourself. It's not like, oh, how do I become a vessel of the divine? That's not a realistic goal. Any answer that I will give you here is not practical. What you need to do is you need to become a better person, a better individual. A better individual understands that they're part of an organism that we call society, humanity, whatever. How do you become a better part of that? Certain people are net positive for the environment, for their environment, and some people are net negative. And the problem is, over 90% of all people are net negative. All of society is basically kept together, kept in place by 3% of individuals that are actually producers. They produce and they keep things in check, and they actually are productive. And those top 3% usually employ the rest. 50% of all people are, they have so many issues that they're not able to produce, they're not able to create. They're so stuck in their own trauma, in their own head, in their own emotional fuck ups, that they're not able to be any productive benefit to anyone else. So they're net benefit, net negatives, right? And then you got 40% of people that have to be whipped into producing. They have to produce, or rather, you have to force them to produce. You have to stay behind them and like really, really whip them into producing, right? Those are the people that the laws are made for. All right, the laws that force them to pay taxes and then you know keep them active in some way or another. And then you got a top 3% of people who are actually net producers. Their work and their output is so massive that they keep everything running. They are, what makes society stay alive and stay coherent. And aim at being one of those people. Vessel for the divine. What does that mean? Be a good person first. Be a good man. That's all that's asked of you. Be a good man first, and then after that, try to become a vessel for the divine, which is not even a goal that you should seek out. It's something that would happen naturally. Look, in the Middle Ages, everyone who any person who wanted to study the Kabbalah had to be a certain age, first of all, and they had to prove that they're a productive member of society. Why? Because that means that you're a good person. Being a good person doesn't mean, oh, I feel I'm hurting for the poor. That doesn't make you a good person. Being a good person is not having compassion. Being a good person is not being nice to people. Being a good person is literally like, to what extent is your environment benefiting from your existence? That's what that means. Yeah. Frank, I realized that I need to kill the old self to become the new self. I am looking at the patterns in my life and my habits to understand why I keep doing them. I have to take responsibility in my life. Yes, we all do. Okay, sorry for the stupid question. You're right. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, so so how do we become better people, right? That should be the question that we all have. That's actually the only question that matters, right? I mean, we live in a society where Instagram and TikTok and all this shit is occupying people's minds. And it's a flashy, nonsensical, parade of nonsense, really. That's what it is. There's no substance to it all. There's only look, everything that has substance has to be earned. You know, we have forgotten what it means to go deep with subjects and to through hard work extract value out of life. You know? Pleasure is on the other side of pain. There's a hill of effort that you have to climb. And on the other side, once you have climbed the hill, there's sweet effort, there's sweet reward. And the only reward that is really relevant is knowing that you're on the right path. You know, a lot of people have asked me what I think is happiness. Frank, what do you think is happiness? Well, I believe happiness is knowing that you're on the right path. When you observe yourself, when are you happy? What are the moments when you feel like really like excited? Most of the time you don't feel excited. Most of the time you feel conflict internally. Most of the time you're like okay, you're all right, but you're not happy, you're not blissful. When do you become blissful? When do you become happy? When you realize that you're on the right path. You know that you're on the right path and you're moving towards your goal. That's when happiness arises. And that's what happiness is. So without a goal, without a clear goal, a realistic and clearly defined goal, you cannot be happy. Happiness does not come from other people. Other people can, of course, um, be great to be around. You can have romantic relationships that are beautiful. Yeah, but happiness cannot come from the outside. It only comes from within, and it comes from you being on the right path. And the right path, once again, is dependent on a specific goal that you've picked. That is your goal, and now you're moving towards it. So happiness in reality is a process, you know, and it does not come from constant pleasure. You know. Happiness is the feeling of being on a moving, on a meaningful path. That's what happiness is. Yeah. And how do we figure out the direction of the goal? How do we know where the goal is? What's our compass? Well, that's what we have to figure out through our purpose. You have to know what your purpose is. If you don't know what your purpose is and you don't know how to find it, look look into the videos that I posted recently. Money Magic. That tells you a lot about how to find your purpose. Your purpose is what you're here to do. And unless you align yourself with your purpose, you will never be successful, unfortunately. You will never be wealthy, unfortunately. That's just a fact. So it's crucial, it's super important that you find your purpose. Otherwise, life is meaningless. Meaning can only be found in you moving towards your purpose. Listen, people will come and go. People will come and go in your life. You will be betrayed. You will be left. You will be, uh, people will stab you in the back. But people will also help you. People will also support you, and people will also love you. But all of that should not matter. None of that should matter. I know my purpose and I move towards my purpose. It doesn't matter if the world hates me or loves me. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing regardless of who hates me. I would I don't care if the whole world hates me. I'm still going to do what I know I have to do. That's how strong I am in my purpose, you know. And that's the purpose is the only thing that gets me up in the morning, you know. I like whenever I hear men or guys talk about like how they're so inspired by whatever. Like I don't want to talk shit about people, but what I'm saying is people talk about "Oh, I'm so inspired by this. I'm so inspired by that. I'm so inspired by this girl. I'm so inspired by oh, I'm inspired by wanting to buy a car. Like to me, this is to me honestly. Look, I'm not talking out on people, but see, there are different levels of development that we all go through. All right, so at a certain level, at a certain stage of development, you want to flex, you want to show off what you got, you know, because you come from a point where you didn't have anything, then you move up, and then you get to a point where you want to flex, you want to show it to people, you want everybody to know that you have something, right? Now, once you pass that stage, You move into a stage where all of that doesn't matter anymore. These things don't matter. What matters now is meaning in life, meaning, self realization. And when you hit the point like that, when you hit a point like that where you feel like life becomes meaningless, then you're in a real crisis. I've been there. I've been there. The reason why I can teach you how to figure out your purpose is because I've been in a situation where I didn't know what my purpose was. So I worked on finding out the purpose. So you knowing your purpose will allow you to have motivation for forever. You are your purpose. You are your purpose. You're not your girlfriend. You're not your boyfriend. You're not your occupation. You're not your money. You're not your clothes. You're not your jewelry. You're not your cars. You're not your job title. You're none of that. You are your purpose and nothing else. This is your identity, your motivation, and you don't need anything else. I don't need anyone in this world to tell me my identity. I know who I am. I am my purpose. Because I know my purpose, I have integrity. Because I know my purpose, I have ethics. Without the purpose, there's none of that. There will never be a woman in my life that is more important than my purpose, ever, ever. I don't want to keep going here, but like I said, like a couple months ago, I was in a relationship, and she was pushing me off she was trying to pull me off my purpose, and I resisted because of my purpose. I know who I have to be. I know what I have to do, and it doesn't matter who is with me. It doesn't matter who leaves me. The whole world can hate me. The whole world can fight me. I stay on my purpose. That's the power that you get from knowing your purpose. So guys, if you don't know your purpose, you have a big problem. You will never, you will not even, you're not going to be 5% as powerful as you could be if you knew your purpose. Frank, can you share a quote on strategy? Bro, I'm not the type of guy that just throws around quotes. I'm just not. I know a lot of people, they know quotes, like remember them a lot. I'm not the type of guy that remembers quotes a lot. When you went for your purpose, were you afraid at first? No, no. Mm, if you really know your purpose, it's gonna make you excited. This is really a great live stream, by the way. I'm in Washington D.C. Hello, Kenneth. How's it going, guys? You need to know your purpose. Like I said, if your purpose scares you, maybe it's not your purpose. You know? But what you're thinking about is maybe not your purpose. You know. I mean, what is the meaning of your life? The problem is, see, everybody wants to be someone else. Everybody wants to be someone else, right? There's this epidemic of people wanting to be this celebrity and that celebrity. They go through, um, uh, I don't know, maybe they watch. I mean, it is said that this is an epidemic where people are trying to escape their own existence because they don't feel like it's enough. They don't feel it's enough. They don't feel like it's enough. And see, when we look at social media, when we look at advertising, people are really working. Or first of all, they're professionals. They're master psychologists. Armies of psychologists that curate the content on those social media platforms. They know exactly how to trigger people. They know exactly how to keep you in. They know exactly how to pull you into this fake world of nothingness. There's nothing there. But it's all about status. All of advertising, all of marketing is usually about status, 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 status. Why? Because that's how you get people to buy, to purchase, to spend money. You gotta sell status. If you buy this purse, your status is gonna go higher. Yeah. If you buy this car, your status is going to rise, you see? And people fall for that. Why? Because people need validation. It's the same with women, for instance, okay? With women. A lot of guys, they want that playboy bunny, or they want that pretty blonde girl or whatever, like plastic babes. That's what the guys are after, but they don't even like the girl. They just want her so that she validates him, you see? And that's empty. That's empty. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. But that's the reason for that is because the guy doesn't even know who he is. He doesn't know what he is. He validates himself through that pretty blonde girl, and he doesn't love her. He doesn't even care about her. She doesn't care about him either. They're both using each other, and there's nothing because they're both lost. He cannot guide her if he doesn't know his purpose, and that's his job, by the way. You're supposed to find your purpose and then move, and that's the only way you can guide her. How are you going to guide her if you can't even guide yourself? You see. So find your purpose. Without your purpose, you're lost, and you're forever the pawn of other people. You know. Your purpose is something that grounds you in yourself, and the rest around you is not going to be that bad anymore. You're not going to be swayed as much because it's like a rock that makes you solid. So you need to know your purpose, guys. You need to know your purpose. So, for those of you guys who came new, I'm going to replay this video here. You got to be on the seminar, guys. You got to be on the seminar. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to this page. This is your favorite source for over the SOPEX, as you can see. I did some research. Okay, I don't want to play the whole video. Fuck it. But bottom line is, go to this page here. If you want to solve your problems, guys, go to this page here that I just posted in the chat, and you will learn how to solve your problems for real. Yeah, make it happen. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go for like 45 minutes today, not too long. But I want to give you the opportunity to ask some more questions. What is it that you want to know? How can I help you? Yeah. By the way, I'm working on this coaching program where you're gonna learn how to develop your psychic abilities, right? It's a meditation program. You're not just gonna learn meditation. You're gonna learn how to develop your psychic abilities too. You're gonna learn how to yeah, use the mind in a way where you become psychic, and you can use all of those abilities. Remote viewing, lucid dreaming, um, you know, communication with the other worlds. All of these things are possible. Directing energy. To be honest, I'm an artist at heart. I know there's people see it in me, but I work a job I hate because of the money and the security it brings me. But I know it's not my gift I was given. Yeah, very common problem. I'm sure that's true. Happens a lot. It's the majority of people, unfortunately, and it is my uh, it is my job to help people get out of that situation. So, Akira, get on the seminar. Get on the seminar that I just posted the link for. All of you guys, if you want to change your life, here's your opportunity. You want to change your life? This is the opportunity to change your life, for sure. You know. Um, but I can only lay out the path. You see what I mean? I can only lay it out, and I can share the secrets with you. But you got to take advantage of it. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up now. Rather short. I still hope you got something out of this, right? And I talk to you soon. Be well. Bye bye.